So, 1 Samuel 19 and, no, 18, Salakia, 18 and 5. And David went out whatsoever Saul sent him. King David, he was a man of war. He was a man after the Most High's heart, Most High's mind, and behaved himself wisely. And Saul set him over the men of war, and he was accepted in the sight of all the people, and also in the sight of Saul's servants. So, King Saul, our first king, he set King David over all his army, because he was a man of war. And his servants. And it came to pass, as they came, when David would return from the slaughter of the Philistines, hear that? He was killing the Philistines, Egyptians, that the women came out of all cities of Israel. Now you tell me this is sadness. Singing and dancing to meet King Saul with tambourines with joy, and with instruments of music. We done got the victory over the Philistines. King David returned from slaughtering the Philistines, and the women came out singing and dancing to meet Saul with timbrels, with joy, and with instruments of music. But they came out to meet Saul, it says, right? But listen. And the women answered one another as they played, and said, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. But the women came out to meet King Saul. But they said, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s, singing, making music with joy. And Saul was very wroth. He got attitude. But see, women was tuned in. They was singing, Saul killed his thousands, David killed his 10,000s. Music playing. They jamming. And they happy. We got the victory. I mean, David killed 10,000s. They say 10,000s. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 10,000s. And Saul killing thousands. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. It's a long time to get to 10,000, right? That's why King David couldn't build the temple for the Most High. He had too much blood on his hand. You hear what he said? Tens, thousands. Not 10,000, 10,000s. Wiping them out. But Saul's the king. But look, verse 8, and Saul was very wroth, and the saying displeased him. And he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000s, and to me they have ascribed but thousands. And what can he have more but the kingdom? Then what are you going to have more but the kingdom? You're going to take the kingdom from me. And Saul eyed David from that day on forward. Jealousy. That jealousy is something else, boy. But they was happy that we got the victory. Was they lying? No. He knew it. He knew David killed tens of thousands. He was killing thousands. But overall, if his mind was right, he was thinking, he the king. Regardless of who did it, he still did it. It still got done. Go out there and kill. Go out there and win the war. You think Trump wasn't fighting the war? When they win the war, what they gonna say? He won the war. Shoot, man. But that's that jealousy. That's that envy and pride. Whereas you see, they was happy. How you think David felt? He wasn't king then. It was, he became king next, but he wasn't king here. Just a man of war. Made him feel good. Go out there and kill more tens of thousands of men in war. But now, Saul eyed David from that day on forward. Say, get 1 Kings, first chapter. Or the First Kings, the first chapter. And we're going to look at verse 31. First Kings, the first chapter. Don't know how to think right. Don't know how to act right. Just how you think is how you speak and how you act. Because once he said that, what did he do? He eyed David from that moment forward. David come in there. He's still angry about what these women did and being happy that we won the war. And say, it told you that it was because of him. It was like that for him, but he didn't see it. It said in verse 6, the women came out of all cities of Israel singing and dancing to meet King Saul. To meet King Saul. Not David, but to meet King Saul. They singing what they're singing, so he's like looking at what they're singing. What you supposed to be saying? Supposed to be saying about him, or else you get jealous. Jealousy is something else, boy. First Kings, the first chapter, verse 31. Then Bathsheba bowed with her face to the earth and did reverence to the king. And said, let my Lord King David live forever. See? It's going to be King Solomon. Live forever. And King David said, call me Zadok, the priest. And Nathan the prophet, and Benaniah the son of Joiada, and they came before the king. And the king also said unto them, King David, take with you the servants of your power, and cause Solomon my son to ride upon my own mule, and bring him down to Gihon. And let Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet anoint him their king over Israel. So David's plan is to anoint his son Solomon, who mother is Bathsheba, who King David seen as she was bathing and looked upon her nakedness and called her to him and had sex with her, and she got pregnant, and her husband Uriah the Hittite was out there in the war fighting for him. When he came off the war, after told him, hey, go home to your wife, because he knew that she was pregnant. He said, go home to your wife, but he didn't. He said, hey, all the men is here, I'm gonna stay with the men. Stayed there at the door, stayed there with King David's men of war. So David had him put in the front line, and had him put to death. So the Most High killed King David and Bathsheba, firstborn. Solomon is the son that came after the firstborn that they had, that the Most High took, the baby. And the Most High did it. So his ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts. The Most High ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts, because this is King Solomon, the next baby that came from King David and Bathsheba. But the Most High forgave that king. That's why he's always crying to the Most High in the Psalms and so forth for forgiveness. Verse 34. And let Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet anoint him who is Solomon, their king over Israel, and blow ye with the trumpet, and say, the Most High saved King Solomon. Then ye shall come up after him, that he may come and sit upon my throne. For he shall be king in my stead. And I have appointed him to be ruler over Israel and over Judah. That's the northern tribes and the southern tribes. And Benaniah, the son of Joiada, answered the king and said, so be it, the most high power of my power, the king say so too. Let it be. As the Most High have been with my master, the king, even so be he with Solomon, and make his throne greater than the throne of my master, King David. So Zadok the priest, and Nathan the prophet, and Benaniah the son of Joiada, and the Cherethites, and the Pelethites went down and caused Solomon to ride upon King David's mule, and brought him to Gihon. So he went down and got Solomon and let him ride upon David's mule. Verse 39, and Zadok the priest took an horn of oil out of the tabernacle and anointed Solomon. And they blew the trumpet, and all the people said, the Most High say King Solomon. They all happy to anoint King Solomon. And all the people came up after him, and the people piped with pipes, just music, and rejoiced with great joy, so that the earth went with the sound of them. That's how much noise we made, having a good time. When King Solomon was crowned king, put the anointing oil on him and crowned him king. And what did he say? The earth rent with the sound of them. It was having a good time, y'all. Come on. A good time. They rejoiced to see King Solomon taking King David's place. He was loved. 1 Chronicles 12. 1 Chronicles 12. So we had joy. We didn't know we wasn't always up in arms, and right now, you know, this time right now, you better learn how to prolong your life. Not let anybody make your life shorter. 1 Chronicles 12. And we're going to look at verse 23. And these are the numbers of the bands that were ready armed to the war, and came to David to Hebron, to turn the kingdom of Saul to him, according to the word of the Most High. So they came armed and ready. Bands mean armies. The children of Judah that bear shield and spear were 6,800 ready, armed to the war, ready to go to war. Of the children of Simeon, mighty men of valor for the war, 7,100. Of the children of Levi, 4,600. And Joiada was the leader of the Aaronites, the Levites, and with him were 3,700. And Zadok, a young man, mighty of valor, mighty warrior, and of his father's house 22 captains. And of the children of Benjamin, the kindred of Saul, 3,000 for hitherto the greatest part of them had kept the ward of the house of Saul. And the children of Ephraim, 20,800, mighty men of valor, famous throughout the house of their fathers. And all the half tribe of Manasseh, 18,000, which were expressed by name to come and make David king. And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. See, Issachar knew about the times, to know what we ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. Of Zebulun, such as went forth to battle, expert in war, with all instruments of war, 50,000, which could keep rank. They were not of double heart, meaning they were same mind, nobody deviating, no division. And of Naphtali 1,000 captains, and with them with shield and spear 37,000. And of the Danites expert in war 28,600. And of Asher such as went forth to battle expert in war 40,000. And of the other side of Jordan, of the Reubenites and the Gadites, and of the half tribe of Manasseh, with all manner of instruments of war for the battle, and 120,000. That's a lot of men going to war. All these men of war that could keep rank came with a perfect heart, perfect mind to Hebron, to make David king over all Israel. And all the rest also of Israel were of one heart, one mind, to make David king. And there were with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brethren had prepared for them. Eating and drinking. 3 days. Moreover, they that were nigh them, or near them, even unto Issachar and Zebulun and Naphtali, brought bread on asses, and on camels, and on mules, and on oxen, and meat, meal, cakes of figs, and bunches of raisins, and wine, and oil, and oxen, and sheep abundantly. But there was joy in Israel. See, we had joy. They brought all that to what? Be feasting. So the men have food, having a good time, anoint King David, and ready to do whatever need to be dealt with in war. If it's gonna be war, they came to fight, ready for war. But we was having a good time. They was enjoying themselves. Go to 1 Chronicles 15. And look at verse 14. So the priests and the Levites sanctified themselves to bring up the ark of the Most High power of Israel. And the children of the Levites bear the ark of the Most High upon their shoulders with the staves thereof. You know, they bore it on their shoulders, one on this side, one on that side, and one in the back, and one on the other side. And the children of Levites bear the ark of the Most High upon their shoulders with the staves thereon, as Moses commanded according to the word of the Most High. You see? And David spake to the chief of the Levites to appoint their brethren to be the singers with instruments of music, psalteries and harps and cymbals sounding, by lifting up the voice with joy, singing. Because a lot of times they would be right in front of the army with instruments of war. Ready to go to war. The men marches, you're right, left, right. They singing songs and playing music of war, man, going to war. That's why he said, and David spake to the chief of the Levites to appoint their brethren to be the singers. Brothers to be the singers with instruments of music. So we had music, ain't something that's new. We're the most powerful musicians in the world. Psaltery and harps. The harp is just like the piano now, just turned horizontal instead of vertical. And cymbals sounding by lifting up the voice with joy. Singing with joy. Verse 25. So David and the elders of Israel and the captains over thousands went to bring up the ark of the covenant of the Most High out of the house of Obed-Edom with joy, getting the ark back. And it came to pass when the Most High helped the Levites that bear the ark of the covenant of the Most High, that they offered 7 bullocks and 7 rams. See, the Most High was with them. And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen, and all the Levites that bear the ark, and the singers. And Shebaniah, the master of the song, with the singers, David also had upon him an ephod of linen. Thus all Israel brought up the ark of the covenant of the Most High with shouting, and with sound of the hornet, and with trumpets, with cymbals, making a noise with psaltery and harps. See? Making a noise. Would you think this music was made of sad? Nah. We done got the Ark of the Covenant back. We rejoicing. And it came to pass, as the Ark of the Covenant of the Most High came to the city of David, that Michal, the daughter of Saul, looking out at a window. Now they didn't got the Ark of the Covenant coming to Jerusalem. Listen, and Michal, the daughter of Saul, this is Saul's daughter that he gave to King David. But he had many wives, but this is one of his wives. Michal, the daughter of Saul, looking out at a window, saw King David dancing. Saw King David dancing, playing, and she despised him in her heart. See? She despised him in her heart, in her mind. Seen him dancing, and she got an attitude. But what is he? He's happy. Now here's a woman looking out the window, she getting an attitude. She done got mad at him. 1 Chronicles 16:1. So they brought the Ark of the Most High. This is the Ark of the Most High. And set it in the midst of the tent that David had pitched for it. And they offered burnt sacrifices and peace offerings before the Most High. And when David had made an end of offering the burnt offerings and the peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Most High. And he dealt to every one of Israel, both man and woman, to every one a loaf of bread and a good piece of flesh and a flagon of wine. Give him some bread, a good piece of meat, and a flagon of wine. Give him some wine to go back to make them merry. Wine make you merry. And he appointed certain of the Levites to minister before the Ark of the Most High. You mean to tell me they wasn't happy? King David and gave them this? They wasn't happy? Yeah, they was happy. And he appointed certain of the Levites to minister before the Ark of the Most High and to record and to thank and praise the Most High power of Israel. So I've got to always thank the Most High for everything. Ephod the chief, and next to him, Zechariah, Ziel, and Shemiramoth, and Jael, and Mattathiah, and Eliab, and Benaniah, and Obed, Edom, and Jael with psalteries and with harps, with Asaph made a sound with cymbals, making music. Benaniah also and Jehiel, the priest with trumpets, continually before the Ark of the Covenant of the Most High. See. Then on that day, David delivered first this psalm to thank the Most High into the hand of Asaph and his brethren. Give thanks unto the Most High. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the people. See, that's what I was saying earlier. Who is that really doing this? Giving thanks unto the Most High. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds. Who making known the Most High's deeds among the people? Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. Instead of your own problems, your own everything about I, me. This, that, and the third, whatever. Nah. Look. Hold that. Get Acts 13:22. And when he had removed him, this Acts 13:22. So you know how the Most High felt about King David. These are examples. You feel the same way about us. Acts 13:22. And when he had removed him, Saul, King Saul, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart, a man after mine own mind, which shall fulfill all my will. Not only that, he said, of this man's seed, of this man's copulation or sperm or lineage from the tribe of Judah, have the Most High, according to his promise, raised unto Israel a Savior, who? HaMashiach Yahushua. See, that's how the Most High feel about King David. That's why I say he's a forgiving God. He's compassionate. But see, if you don't see him as that way, how are you going to receive his forgiveness when you're repenting? But he's not going to forgive you? How are you going to receive his compassion, but you don't Believe that he's going to give you compassion. You're not going to get his compassion. Look. This is what King David told Asaph, main man that's over the singing and the instruments of music. 1 Chronicles 16:9. Sing unto him, sing unto the Most High. Sing psalms unto him, sing psalms unto the Most High. Talk ye all of all his wondrous works. Talk ye about his wondrous works. This what makes the Most High pleased. He loved to be boasted on. His name is jealous. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart, let your mind of them rejoice that seek the Most High. Rejoice. You seeking the Most High, rejoice. Why he said, whatever he give you, take cheerfully. Seek the Most High and his strength. Seek his face continually. Remember his marvelous works that he have done. Not what everybody is about themselves. That's why he said, who gonna have faith when he come back? Remember his marvelous works, not yours, mine, or anyone else's, that he have done. His wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Israel, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen ones. He is the Most High, our power. You're not going to boast about him? He's the Most High, our power, and nobody else's. His judgments are in all the earth. Be ye mindful always of his covenant, his laws, statutes, commandments, his rules and regulations, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, even of the covenant which he made with Abraham, and of his oath unto Isaac, and have confirmed the same to Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. A contract agreement with us. It don't go no further than that. If you're not of the 12 tribes of Israel, you can't put yourself there. You can only follow what it is that the Most High sent us on this earth to bring forth, to teach everyone. Because you're going to learn one way or another. He said he's going to destroy you. You're going to be wasted, utterly wasted. Saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. He gave us that land. When ye were but few, even a few, and strangers in it. And when they went from nation to nation, and from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. This our power. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sake. That's what the Most High did for us. He reproved kings for our sake, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Sing unto the Most High. This is what he's done. All the earth show forth from day to day his salvation. Declare his glory among the heathen. His marvelous works among all nations. I'm going to brag about somebody, brag about the Most High. His marvelous works among the nations. For great is the Most High, and greatly to be praised. He also is to be feared above all gods. He's to be feared. Supposed to be afraid of him, scared of him, above all what anybody else can do. Gods. For all the gods of the people are idols. See that? And to start with I. A lot of you your own idol. You to put yourself before him. Why you can't really see him coming through for you, because you got to come through for yourself, because you're all about I and me. For all the gods of the people are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. Glory and honor are in his presence. Strength and gladness are in his place. Give unto the Most High, ye kindreds of the people. Give unto the Most High glory and strength. Give unto the Most High the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come before him. Worship the Most High in the beauty of holiness. Fear before him all the earth. The world also shall be stable, that it be not moved. Let the heavens be glad, and let the earth rejoice, and let men say among the nations, the Most High reigneth. Where? In the kingdom of men, instead of over at the bases of men like we are today. Let the sea roar, and the fulfill and the fullness thereof. Let the fields rejoice in all that is therein. Then shall the trees of the wood sing out at the presence of the Most High, because he cometh to judge the world. Coming to judge this earth, y'all. They're going to be singing. We're going to sing songs to Zion. Oh, give thanks unto the Most High, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. And say ye, save us, save us, save us, O Most High power of our salvation, and gather us together, and deliver us from the heathen, that we may give thanks to thy holy name, and glory in thy praise. It's a prophecy. Because at this time, was David in the hands of the heathen? Was King Solomon, his son, in the hands of the heathen? No. David whipped every nation and put them in subjection to the Israelites. King Solomon had peace for 40 years. For 40 years, King David was a warrior. Give glory in thy praise. Blessed be the Most High power of Israel forever and ever. And all the people said, praise the Most High. Ba'ashem Mashiach. See, that's powerful. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, yo. Praising the Most High. And not, so much about ourselves. But, people don't do it like they want to do it. They want to do it how they want to do it, when they want to do it, and figure that it's okay. But you see what I showed you. David was a man after the Most High's mind. Look at go to 1 Chronicles 29. Look at verse 1. Furthermore, David the king said unto all the congregation, all the children of Israel, Solomon my son, whom alone the Most High hath chosen, is yet young and tender, and the work is great. For the palace is not for man, but for the Most High power. Now I have prepared with all my might for the house of my power, the gold and for things to be made of gold, and the silver for the things of silver, and the brass for the things of brass, the iron for the things of iron, the wood for the things of wood, oxen, stones for the stones to be set, glittering stones, and of diverse colors, and all manner of precious stones and marble stones in abundance. Moreover, because I have set my affection to the house of my power, I have of mine own proper good of gold and silver, which I have given to the house of my power, over and above all that I have prepared for the holy house. Even 3,000 talents of gold, man, of the gold of Ophir, the best gold, and 7,000 talents of refined silver, and for all manner of work to be made by the hands of artificers, and whom then is willing to consecrate his service this day unto the Most High. Who's willing to consecrate the service? So he did all this to make the temple beautiful and all everywhere that we would be at beautiful and glorious and expensive looking. Then the chief of the fathers and princes of the tribes of Israel, and the captains of thousands and of hundreds, with the rulers of the king's work, offered willingly, and gave for the service of the house of the Most High of gold 5,000 talents and 10,000 drams, and of silver 10,000 talents, and of brass 18,000 talents, and 100,000 talents of iron. They gave. What we looking at? They gave. They wasn't stingy. You see all this they gave? And gave for the service of the house of the Most High, for the church, where they was going to be at. 5,000 talents, and 10,000 drums, and of silver 10,000 talents, and of brass 18,000 talents, and 100,000 talents of iron. And they with whom precious stones were found gave them to the treasure of the house of the Most High by the hand of Zezriel the Gershonite. Then the people rejoiced, for that they offered willingly, because with perfect heart, perfect mind, they offered willingly to the Most High. And David the king also rejoiced with great joy to see he gave all this. He said, I gave all this, now the people giving. What's the problem? I'm giving, he's giving, now the people gonna give. And they gave. The people talking about, I'm supposed to be, how you gonna actually survive without capital? He let you know, they gave gold and silver. Most of them more worth than this paper dollar we got, but we still gotta use it because that's what we need to be able to build anything. Look at look at verse verse 12. It says, but riches and honor come of thee, and thou reignest over all. And in thine hand is power and might. And in thine hand it is to make great, and to give strength unto all, from the Most High. Now therefore our power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, we thank thee and praise thy glorious name. But who am I? And what is my people, that we should be able to offer so willingly after this sort? For all things come of thee. Hear that? Everything come of the Most High. And of thine own have we given thee. For we are strangers before thee, and sojourners, as were all our fathers. Our days on the earth are as a shadow, and there is none abiding. O Most High, our power, all this store that we have prepared to build thee an house for thine holy name, cometh of thine hand, and is all thine own. So regardless of what we did, it was from the Most High's hand. He's responsible for everything. We give him glory for everything. Verse 17, I know also, my power, that thou triest the hearts, he tried the mind, and has pleasure in uprightness. So he had pleasure in us doing what's right, following his rules and regulations, his laws, statutes, commandments. As for me, in the uprightness of mine heart, I have willingly offered all these things. And now have I seen with joy thy people, which are present here, to offer willingly unto thee. See, they offered the offerings willingly. Wasn't no, this is us. They wasn't holding back. Oh, I don't do that. How do you think he built what he built? Without them doing this, the people doing this, being a part of it, putting their brick in. O Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, our fathers, keep this forever in the imagination of the thoughts of the heart of thy people, and prepare their heart unto thee, which he would have. It don't seem like it's that way today. And give unto Solomon my son a perfect heart, perfect mind, to keep thy commandments, thy testimonies, and thy statutes, and to do all these things, and to build the palace for the which I have made provisions. So he said he gave, you see all he gave. And the people gave just as much as he gave. They supported. Wasn't no non-support. They supported him. And David said to all the congregation, now bless the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, your power. And all the congregation blessed the most high power of their fathers. Who is that? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. And bowed down their heads and worshiped the Most High and the King. And they sacrificed unto the Most High and offered burnt offerings unto the Most High on the morrow after that day, even 1,000 bullocks, 1,000 rams, and 1,000 lambs, with their drink offerings and sacrifices in abundance for all Israel. Then eat and drink before the Most High on that day with great gladness. And they made Solomon the son of David king the second time, and anointed him unto the Most High to be the chief governor, and Zadok to be priest. Then Solomon sat on the throne of the Most High as king, instead of David his father, and prospered, and all Israel obeyed him. So they was loving to do it. There wasn't no sadness in doing it. They loved to do it. That's what it's all about. Go to 2 Chronicles, 20th chapter. So all that, think about all that in one day. They were sacrificing all that meat in one day. Whew. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. People be complaining about this, that, and the third. Don't be really doing nothing. Not like that. All that they were sacrificing in one day. That's right. Look at 2 Chronicles, the 20th chapter. And start at verse 14. It says, then upon Jehoahaziah, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaniah, the son of Jeiel, the son of Mathaniah, a Levite of the sons of Asaph, chief musician, came the Spirit of the Most High in the midst of the congregation. Listen, and he said, hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat, thus said the Most High power unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude. Don't worry about this great multitude that's coming up against us as the Israelites. I believe it was the Moabites and Ammonites. It said, for the battle is not yours, but the Most High's. So people be saying this in the church, but just talk about a real war that's getting ready to go down. He said, for the battle is not yours, but the Most High's. You got faith to believe that? Tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook, before the wilderness of Jeruel. And so you understand, this is how it's going to be during the time that the Most High going to set up Yasharallah in the kingdom. He's going to say, go there. Now they plan their plan, whatever they plan. He already know he's right in the midst of them, hearing what they're saying. Because the Spirit's right here on the earth, ready to do the commandment of the Most High. Who comes and say, this is what they're going to do. This is how we're going to defeat them.